round 1 and not the normal PS2. And so here we go.
I definitely feel that eNVy has seen some of the damages that Mario can do on PS2 and doesn't want to mess with it.
PS2 does have a bit of a low ceiling comparing to some other stages. Doesn't want to chance that, as well as just bigger side blast zones than your standard FD or Battlefield or whatever.
We are going to start immediately. Nebula is going to be
in advantage right out of the bat, and that's going to kill 61%
gosh.
fully charged F Smash. Not to mention also on town, so going to be even killing earlier than normal.
Can we talk about how Nebula's 2 frames have been on point tonight?
To be fair, that was a regrab.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
But still, great awareness, just letting it rip completely, knowing that he had plenty of time to get whatever he wanted out of it. And we saw earlier him kill with a 2-framed at fully charged F Smash, killing at 23 on E-Dog. So, big stocks coming from his F Smash here tonight. Ooh, if that platform was not there, that could have been the stock for eNVy. And
yeah, it would have forced
Nebula
eNVy
just
into free
playing on fire, you know, as any Mario should, of course.
eNVy's aware. He had such a strong beginning of the set. He is understanding I need to close this out hardcore. Especially for the idea that there's a good chance that that Zelda is going to want to go to a stage that she wants. And Zelda on some of those bigger stages and especially Smashville as well, Nebula does not want to see.
No. About a full stock difference, 108% to be specific, separating these two. And Nebula doing so good, just keeping eNVy away. These fireballs, eNVy not really finding a way past them just yet. Getting aggressive at a disadvantage with that landing. Yeah. And now back in disadvantage.
I like how Nebula isn't really concerned about just getting the kill, more so waiting and playing patient for eNVy to just get in a lot of end lag so Nebula can make the ideal punish.
Oh yeah. Now we finally have a bit of a neutral reset coming from eNVy. Missing that grab is Mario, but will F Smash that landing fair, I believe that was?
I believe so.
And that will close out that stock.
We are going to see eNVy try to get a little bit extra percent off, but we are almost in a full stock lead for Nebula here.
And just like that, that percentage will be overlapped. Nebula over full stock ahead, and this is going to put him at 75-ish%. This down throw into back air, no, up air, not going to miss. Good DI there from Nebula, of course, being well practiced and knowing how to avoid that one. And Nebula just going to sit around and charge Flood.
I really liked the choice of trying to do the Inspire to see if you can get Nebula even when you're so far away, but Nebula, understanding that that's what eNVy wanted to do, playing very defensive, making sure that no percent's going to get off. And while Nebula's getting edge guarded right now, he's making sure he can try to stay alive, but that Din's fire are being pressured.
Should be doing it. No jump right there from Mario. Was a bit of a sitting duck, and that was almost bad DI. That would have cost eNVy the stock. But going back to your point, Nebula's just kind of, if eNVy's not going to approach, he doesn't care about Din fire or anything, because he'll just sit around, charge his Flood, maybe jump up and do a fireball or something, but overall stay in place, not move laterally, and risk something that wouldn't give him time to shield any of those coming projectiles.
I want to keep note of something interesting that I noticed, that Nebula caped the Phantom before it moved, hoping that the Phantom would just charge at Zelda and punish her, but the Phantom just kind of reversed in the opposite direction. So not exactly what Nebula wanted, but could be an interesting tool that he could use later on in the set, especially now that he is in a 1-0 lead right now.
Yeah. Does get the rolling into down smash as eNVy tried to get the Phantom, but just whiffing it. And now I'm going to be expecting, okay, we're going to run it back. I am pretty sure Nebula is banning Smashville Final Destination.
I know that's what he was talking with Vapor about.
Right. So, town makes sense. It's a nice big stage. I do think eNVy just had an unfortunate first stock.
I think that happens, because even after that first, if you take that first stock aside, it was a close set.
Yeah, it would have been pretty even. It was just that 0 to death thanks to the re-grab that killed so early that just kind of sealed eNVy's fate right there. But we're
Speaking
getting
of ending fate,
big...
we're starting to see an up B here. Not going to kill just yet.
No, of course
Good
those...
DI coming in from eNVy.
Yeah.
Just DI out so it wasn't pushed into the ceiling, rather pushing alongside.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, obviously Town's high ceiling is definitely going to help prevent any of that. So, great job there. But, again, we're seeing another big lead from Nebula. And one thing I noticed Nebula fantastic in all of his sets today is just walking. Taking advantage of walking instead of rushing towards your opponent in a sprint. You know, one thing that's also helping with all these projectiles that eNVy is throwing is he's approaching slow enough to give himself time to react. And right there, reflecting the cape, calling out the release from eNVy, and another big lead by Nebula.
This is the kind of stuff that I kind of hinted at later in that first game. You saw him kind of playing around with the idea of how Phantom's going to work in his favor.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing that eNVy was going to do Phantom so close, he decided to do the opportunity to just punish eNVy for it. And it's causing a strong lead to the point that now Percent is now currently overlapping between stocks right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nebula's just doing so good at taking advantage of this momentum, and I feel like eNVy is slowly just getting a little bit more stressed in a sense, feeling the need to push offensively and throwing out things like that F smash right there. I did see a bit in some of his sets, and just overall this weekend, eNVy would maybe get a little bit behind, and instead of playing it slow and just kind of letting all that damage rack up slowly over time, would start just throwing at things like smash attacks or up Bs just in neutral, or hope that they would punish, and ended up just missing, and it would end up costing them either a huge punish or perhaps a stock.
Yeah.
No jump here from Mario, if I believe, and yes, that will take it. So even stocks, but again, same versus last, just about an entire stock difference by the time eNVy was able to take this first stock from Nebula.
Yeah, you can see that even though they're now even stocks, Nebula is at, not Nebula, eNVy's at kill percent. And
not anymore.
Yeah, you can see, especially on a stage like Town, that platform, it can be either a saving grace or the death sentence of you.
Oh, yeah.
Because if your opponent can read that you want to land on that platform, a simple back air, especially for a character like Mario's, whose back air has a lot of knockback, is going to get that, is going to kill.
Oh, good job reading the roll in from the mistech on that platform. And just a good example of stuff you were just mentioning. And right there, here we go. Here are these up Bs coming in. You know, maybe looking for a roll off of the mist of the tech situation. Good DI there from Nebula, although probably wouldn't have killed with bad.
I don't think that Teleport would have killed just yet at 60.
Oh, that's
but
a tiny shield, though.
I think it is getting close to that area. But right now, I think eNVy is forcing... I'm liking the idea of what eNVy's doing, just forcing Mario off stage. He understands that Mario has a limited amount of recovery options.
Oh,
and just using that Dig's Fire, who has a lot of control, is going to take that stock easily. But Nebula is going to try to get that easy kill on Zelda with how... Nope. No. Great DI coming in from eNVy. But we're about to see a couple back airs, maybe trying to get the read. Oh, nice job.
Getting a roll while Nebula is full hopping, trying to catch that jump. But that will be an unfortunate trade for eNVy. And it will be 2-0 Nebula. But yeah, just I feel like eNVy gets a little antsy when he finds himself behind by a large amount. And it doesn't end up helping him.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw in game 1 where that didn't necessarily happen. You know, eNVy kind of understand, okay, unfortunate first stock, but slowly was bringing it back. Right there, not as much of the case. Just a smash attack or an up B or two, just that is an unfortunate miss for him, would be the end.
Yeah. We did see that eNVy for Game 3 is taking it to Kalos. I 100% agree with the stage pick.
I definitely do. I feel like Mario just kind of... Mario overall, not killing off the top very often.
Yeah.
It will be killing on the side, so it makes sense to want to ban the small side blast zones, whereas eNVy doesn't necessarily need to worry about the blast zones against a character like Mario, because, I mean, Zelda can just edge guard so phenomenally.
With the amazing edge guarding tools, in addition to the idea of the fact that her kill moves have a lot more knockback than Mario's, it is going to be beneficial to have that bigger side blast zones. In addition, those platforms in the position they aren't going to be very used for a lot of up air strains, but Nebula's not even going to need that.
Nope.
Just doing a grounded combo, finishing off that forward smash, taking that first stock.
Yep.
Is looking
And
very
again,
scary.
same thing as both of these games. A big first stock for Nebula was at 31% when he did finally manage to take away that stock right there. eNVy going to be catching the roll out, but a great stall to avoid the neighbor's love.
Yeah, I think
here
one
we
thing
go.
that I don't think eNVy calculated for is that Nebula is going to be able to avoid a couple of these stage fights with Nehru solely because of the wall jump that Mario has.
A very big factor in this. I do still agree with this choice, though.
I still agree with the pick. I
Yeah.
think Nebula is just playing really safe at ledge now because we also saw a little bit earlier when a Dense Fire was going to hit, he did use the cape to not necessarily get iframes, but kind of treat it as his own and phase through it.
Yes, I mean, I've been seeing that, and it comes down to eNVy possibly just trying to hope Nebula misses, or maybe force Nebula into a situation where caping might make it to where he wouldn't have enough time to make it back. Perhaps if there's no double jump or something available. But yeah, Nebula playing really well around these, and there we go, another missed up B, followed by yet another one. Just one thing eNVy just needs to realize is, great.
Amazing waveland and understanding that the only real option eNVy has is going to roll in.
out.
That down smash is going to get the kill.
Oh, but right there, the flood is going to prevent Nebula from being able to escape that one. Still can't say I agree with these choices too often from eNVy, but I mean, it can work, and when it does, it obviously will make it look like the right choice.
Yeah. But then again, we're in the similar position that we've seen a tale as old as time so far in this set, where Nebula is able to take the stock, but is also at kill percent, and Mario is going to just focus on trying to get that back air, trying to get that kill.
Well,
eNVy doing a really good job making it even, though.
Air. Yeah, this is definitely the closest we've seen after stock one, I believe, this entire set. Oh, Mario not going to be able to get that back air after the ledge trump.
Unfortunately for eNVy, not able to get the sweet spot on the fair either.
And now,
but is able to get back to stage, have a little bit more of a chance, and there is a fighting chance that eNVy is going to be able to take the second stock. But Mario is going to get that back air and is going to get that kill. eNVy on his tournament stock.
Yeah, but Nebula getting caught at ledge from Phantom. One thing I do think eNVy does need to do more, we're going back to the Nebula playing around Neighbor's Love so well and the potential give chances thanks to wall jump. Just stay on ledge, stay on stage, and just use that Phantom, right? Even if you don't get that kill, you're still keeping them in disadvantage, racking up damage, and that's ultimately what you really want in a ledge trapping situation.
Ooh, not able to get anything off of the roll that Nebula got. And, this is going to be really bad, the forward throw. Nebula just trying to play very safe, not risking anything. He wants to make sure this is going to be a clean 3-0 sweep.
Oh yeah, does not want to give eNVy any momentum. I mean, we have seen both of these players make big upsets today, so eNVy not afraid to make another one and could potentially reverse 3-0.
Yeah.
But reading the roll in, and Nebula will find himself in top 3 of Stillwater Summit.
Amazing stuff coming from Nebula, and also great stuff coming from eNVy.